What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another monthly ranking video. Jeez, dude, already 1 month of 2026 has passed by. Wow. So we're here to rank every single movie I watched in January 2026. I saw 9 new releases that month. I know it's not too many, but it's only the beginning of the year, so here we go. If you guys love ranking videos, physical media content, movie reviews, watch-alongs, hangout streams, all that good stuff, hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it so you never miss a post. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. But anyways, guys, let's get to it. Like I said, 9 movies to rank, and coming in at number 9 is the only movie on this list that I would say is a bad movie, and that is Sleepwalker. This is a new straight-to-VOD film starring Hayden Panettiere. And basically, the basic concept is she keeps having nightmares and nightmarish visions after she loses her daughter in a car accident, which also put her abusive husband, played by Justin Chatwin, into a coma. And the film is nothing but dream sequences, and it's the same jump scare, like 1 or 2 jump scares every single time, and the film is just boring. The story is not intriguing whatsoever. Hayden Panettiere does a decent job in it, but it's not like a standout performance. Beverly D'Angelo's in here, and she's sleepwalking through this movie. Same thing with Justin Chatwin. The film is just boring, dude. Like, this was like the prime example of a bad January horror film, and it wasn't even one that was released in theaters. It went to straight to VOD. Now we take a big jump from number 9 to number 8. Coming in at number 8 is Mercy. Now, this one I walked into expecting to hate. I thought I was going to hate this movie. I was like, okay, this seems like the January movie right here, where this will be like the pure definition of a January release. And it's not, honestly. It really is not that bad. Chris Pratt does a good job in this film, showing off a bit more of his dramatic chops. Like, I think he does a really good job with that. Rebecca Ferguson also does a really good job as this AI judge. The film looks cool. It has a cool idea. It's like Searching meets Minority Report. Has some cool ideas with that. It does do some cool things with, like, you know, bringing up like contacts, like, you know, phone contacts, and also found footage. It's pretty cool, like, with the way that it does that. But the film definitely has its plot holes and also some really bad dialogue, like, not just with the way it's written, but also with the way it's delivered. And also the ending, I was like, okay. You go that route. Okay. But the movie overall is enjoyable, and would I watch this one again? Yeah. Coming in at number 7, speaking of surprises, is The Rip. This is the new Netflix action movie starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, directed by Joe Carnahan. This was a really solid action thriller. I like that they leaned more into the thriller side of the story rather than just going full-blown action. And I think they do a really solid job with that, even though the film really does have some slow pacing to it. And I don't know how many times I'm really going to revisit this movie, but for a one-time watch, maybe I'll revisit it down the line, but for a one-time watch, I had a good time. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon do a really good job together. You also got Steven Yeun in here. Joe Carnahan does a really good job directing the movie. There's some really solid action sequences. Whenever there is action, it's filmed pretty well. So for a Netflix action movie, especially coming out in January, way better than I anticipated. 6 through 4, I really enjoy all of these movies. So coming in at number 6, I have People We Meet on Vacation. This is a new rom-com that came out on Netflix starring Emily Bader and Tom Blythe. This was a really solid romantic comedy. I didn't really expect much from this movie. I was like, oh, another Netflix rom-com. Let's see what they got. But the thing that had me intrigued was that it had Tom Blythe, who did a really good job as Coriolanus Snow in the latest Hunger Games film. And he does a really good job in here too. Him and Emily Bader do give off really good chemistry. Like, you actually do really buy into their relationship. It's a very sweet movie. It's funny. Like I said, it's got really sweet moments. And also you got Lucas Gage in here. He does a really good job too. The film, of course, does have its moments where it's like, that's not really all that funny. And I think the film kind of overstays its welcome just a little bit, clocking in at maybe a little over 2 hours. I could be very wrong on that. But the film, I think, honestly had some slow pacing. But overall, this was a really solid rom-com. If you're looking for a date night movie, or you're just looking for a night at home with your significant other, This is the perfect movie to watch right now. Coming in at number 5 is The Wrecking Crew. This is a new action comedy starring Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. It also comes to us from the director of Blue Beetle, which is a film that I really enjoyed. And this one was a really solid action comedy with 2 really good performances from Bautista and Momoa. And they do really build off good chemistry as half-brothers. Marina Baccarin is also in here. She does a good job. Jacob Batalon, he's good, but I feel like he really just plays the same character in every movie ever since he played Ned in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. He just plays the same character in every movie. And also, there is some really noticeable CGI when it comes to some of the action sequences, like one involving like a helicopter. I was like, that is some very noticeable CGI. But as a fun little action comedy, like that it went straight to streaming, I expected worse from this film. But, like I said, as a fun little streaming action comedy, I had a blast with this one. Some really solid action. Like I said, good performances. There is some good laughs in here. So if you're looking for a good action comedy on streaming, this one will fit your bill. I highly recommend checking out The Wrecking Crew. Coming in at number 4 is Markiplier's directorial debut. That's right, Iron Lung. This film, I will say, is divisive. Like, I know there's people out there that really love this film, and I know there's some people that really did not like it at all. I landed in the camp that I really enjoyed this film. For a directorial debut, this was really interesting that Markiplier basically self-funded this whole movie. Like, he wrote, directed, edited, produced, and starred in this movie. That is really inspiring, and he did a fantastic job with that. His performance, he did a really good job. The film, I will say, is really slow pace, like within the first 40 minutes. Like, I was like, I'm really feeling the pacing here. And also the film is a little bit repetitive, like with certain sequences that do occur in the film. It's a little bit repetitive. But overall, like I said, for a directorial debut, this was really solid. And I'm not a person that has played the Iron Lung game. And plus, I hadn't even heard of the game until the movie was coming out. So, yeah, I'm definitely a noob when it comes to Iron Lung. But for a directorial debut from one of my favorite YouTubers, Markiplier, I really enjoyed this. Now we've reached the top 3, and I love all 3 of these movies. So coming in at number 3 was the first movie, like the first main release of 2026 that I saw, and that is Primate. This is the latest film from Johannes Roberts, like a director that can be very hit or miss. Like, he made films like the 47 Meters Down films, not crazy about those films at all. But he also made films like Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, and The Strangers Prey at Night, which are movies that I do enjoy. And I think this is his best movie by far. Like, basically take the concept of Cujo, but replace it with a chimpanzee that gets rabies. And you have this movie, and it has some really gnarly kills with great practical effects, and also great practical effects for the chimp. It is a guy in a chimp suit, so that's really awesome. And even though, yes, the film may have very forgettable characters and some really stupid decisions that our main characters make, but for a solid 90-minute creature feature with a lot of really solid kills and some really awesome practical gore, I had a blast with this film. So if it's still playing in your local theater, go see this movie. I think you might have a good time with it. Coming in at number 2 is the latest film from one of my favorite directors, Sam Raimi, Send Help. This was such a blast from beginning to end. The only thing I didn't really like about this movie was the last 2 minutes. Not going to spoil it in case you guys haven't seen it. But I was like, oh, okay, that's really how you wrap it up. But overall, I loved this movie from basically beginning to end. Rachel McAdams does a great job at like balancing her character, like from being like a lovable character, like a really likable like hero that you want to root for, to becoming like a very unhinged psychopath like Annie Wilkes in Misery. One of my buddies put it best. It's basically Castaway meets Misery, but put in Sam Raimi's style. That's the perfect way to describe this film. Like I said, Rachel McAdams is great. Dylan O'Brien plays such a jerkbag in this film, and he is so good in this movie. We don't really see him play these types of characters, and for him to kind of step out of his comfort zone a little bit and play this type of character, he did a really good job. It's gory, it's funny, it takes some really shocking twists and turns. a couple predictable reveals, but overall, awesome movie. Awesome. And Sam Raimi, keep making movies like this, my guy. This was so much fun. But coming at number 1, this should be no shock to you guys. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Even though I was originally mixed on 28 years later, constant rewatch really helped that movie for me. And this one was even better than 28 years later. This is my second favorite in the franchise, right behind the original 28 Days Later. It's intense, it's gory. Jack O'Connell steals every scene that he has in this film as Jimmy Crystal. And the story that they build around like Jimmy Crystal and his cult, they do a fantastic job, as well as Ray Fiennes' character of Dr. Kelson, and also his relationship with Samson. This movie just fired on all cylinders, and that is thanks to Nia DaCosta's excellent direction and also Alex Garland's excellent writing. I loved every single minute of this film, and also the freaking third act goes metal, dude, and I loved it, man. I loved every single minute of The Bone Temple, and I'm really sad that this film is bombing, you guys. Though I don't know if we're going to get the third film. They did greenlight it, but I don't know when we're going to get the third one because the film does end on a cliffhanger, and of course it leaves itself open for a third one. And it makes me curious with how they're going to wrap it all up. So if you guys missed it in theaters, and if it's still playing in your theater, please go support this movie. Go and see it. It is awesome. It's the best movie that came out in January of 2026. That is it, guys. That is my ranking of all the January movies I saw in 2026. February, we got some good ones coming out, like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, How to Make a Killing, Wuthering Heights, Crime 101. Like, there is some good movies coming out. And then we get stuff like Scream 7 and The Strangers Chapter 3. Once again, hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell right next to it so you never miss a post. Hit that thumbs up and share this video. You guys know what to do. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.